Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today is day 7 of our 21 days of lace knit stitches. And today's stitch is a popcorn lace stitch. So you have these little bitty bobbles, and they're not bobbles because they are knit just a little bit differently. And this is the right side of your work, and this is the wrong side of your work. So it is pretty on both sides, but it lays nice and flat. It is pretty easy repeat. It's a 4-row repeat. And you want to, let's see here, I'm using size 13 needles. So I have it a little bit on the looser side than if I were to use 11. And then you want to cast on in multiples of 4. So I have 16 stitches. I did not do a border on either side, which I think this would definitely look nicer, cleaner on the edges if it had a border. Maybe a garter stitch border, but I really like this. I think this one is really fun. I had to do this one a few times and I was just not feeling it. I almost wasn't going to do it, but the more I did it and I got it down, and I really like it. I think it's very cute. So row 1 is so this shows that I'm ready for row 2. So row 1 is the right side of your work, and you're going to purl all those stitches. So the wrong side of your work is where we're going to make all the little popcorn things. So we're ready for row 2. So go ahead and purl your first row, and then on the wrong side we're going to do a knit, purl, knit into the first stitch. Okay, so we're going to knit 1. So we're going to create 2 stitches on this one stitch. So we knit, purl, and bring it back to the back and knit again. We will be doing that a lot, so I'll show you again. So knit, purl, knit, and then we're going to slip 1 knitwise, and then I'm going to knit 2 together, and then I'm going to pass the slipped stitch over. So we did 2 increases and then 2 decreases there. And then repeat those 2 things. So we're going to knit, purl, knit. So knit, purl, knit into the one stitch. And then we're going to slip as if to knit. And then we're going to knit 2 together. And then pass the slipped stitch over. And repeat. Knit, purl, knit, slip as if to knit, knit 1, and pass this. No, we're not. We're going to knit 2 together. So that one was my slipped stitch. We're going to knit in 2 together because we have to decrease 2 stitches. Knit 2 together and then pass that slip stitch over, and then knit, purl, knit, slip as if to knit, and then we're going to knit these last 2 together. And then we're going to pass that slip stitch over. So that is essentially it. We're going to switch it around on row 4. So that was row 2. Now on the right side of your work, we're going to knit all those stitches together. So we can I think of it as bringing it all together. But this is what I call the thoughtless row. Mindless, you just keep purling. And yeah, I found a use for my DPNs, because knitting with DPNs isn't my favorite thing to do when knitting in the round. No, not even my favorite. That's something I strongly dislike doing because I like my circular needles. However, DPNs work great for small projects. So if you're doing swatches or washcloths, you just use a pair of DPNs. They're shorter and I think they're easier for me. They're easier on my hands. So, my small tip. All right, so row 4, wrong side row again. Oh, well, let's look at our progress. So you can see here how we created these little, so they just don't really come together until you've done a few rows, and then they start coming together, and I really like them because like that they're just Yeah, it took me a long time to really like this, and I really do now. So on the wrong side row, which looks like a right side row, we're going to slip 1 knitwise. So go in as if to knit, and we're just going to slip it. And then we're going to knit 2 together and pass the slip stitch over. So we're going to decrease 2 first, and then we're going to increase 2. So now we're going to knit, purl, knit. So on row 2, we increased 2 and then decreased 2. So now we're going to decrease 2 and increase 2. I hope that didn't just confuse you. All right, so I'm going to slip 1 knitwise, and I hope I knit 2 together there. Knit 2 together. See, I keep forgetting that you have to knit 2 together. Decrease 1, and then we're going to knit, purl, knit. So we're slip as if to knit, knit 2 together, pass the slipped stitch over, and then knit, purl, knit. And slip as if to knit, knit 2 together, pass the slip stitch over, and then we're going to knit, purl, knit. Okay, good. I have the right number of stitches at the end. Oops. And it is a little tricky getting that knit, purl, knit. Really have to work my hands. So that was row 4, and that is it. That's a 4-row repeat, and then you start all over again. And they start coming together. So, I don't know. I really enjoyed this stitch. I think it's very cute. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I think it has great texture. I think it would look really good as a washcloth too. If you haven't noticed, it is summer, so I'm into washing knit and washcloths. So I hope you guys like this stitch and found it to be helpful, and thank you guys so much for watching.